So, you guys asked me to do a video on my settings on the Sony XH90 or X900H, whatever, um, because I'm currently using variable refresh rate, and a lot of people obviously complained that it disables auto local dimming, which is truly a shame. However, uh, there are a few things that you can tweak to make the HDR pop brilliantly on this TV, even after local dimming's being disabled. I'm gonna show you these settings right now, and you'll see what I'm talking about. I'm just gonna use the Xbox Series X for the demonstration. The PS5 would be the same settings. So I would put my brightness all the way to the max, my contrast all the way to the max. I would take gamma plus 1. Black level, I would leave it at 50. Then I would put black adjustment to low and advanced contrast enhancer to low. Now with these two settings, right, they kind of give you a very similar effect to what you would get with auto local dimming and extended dynamic range. Now when it comes to color, I bumped up the color all the way to 60 from 50, because after all, we're playing video games, and a little bit of extra color really looks good. Trust me on this one. Like, try these settings out. This is not like oversaturated. Unfortunately, I'm videoing with an iPhone 12, so obviously, you know, it's not gonna look as it looks, you know, to me right now, looking at it. And obviously my phone's camera looks way worse. The other thing, so live color off, color temperature, I really like Expert 1. I mean, this is the most accurate, I want to say. And yeah, I know for some people that might appear to be like too yellowish, but it's more like real life, honestly. So I'd rather stick to Expert 1 rather than going, you know, this to me, like, this looks very bluish. Even the warm isn't warm enough. I like that. Expert 1, trust me, give it a try, use it for a while. You never want to go back to anything like that. You will keep Expert 1 once you get used to it, because initially it's like a bit strange, but then it becomes so natural to your eyes that you don't want to see that cold temperature anymore. What else? Sharpness, leave it at neutral, which is 50. And I've noticed that when you have reality creation on, just at 10, you don't need to raise it any more than 10. It makes the details pop even more. It's brilliant. And then obviously everything else is just switched off. And with video signals and all that, I leave it at automatic. And color adjustment, I don't really mess with those because I'm not a professional calibrator, but I know what looks good. And I really do wish I could show you what it looks like, you know, right now, but unfortunately iPhone's camera not so great. Let's see, we can do some Red Dead Redemption, I suppose. Unfortunately though, as I said, we can't really show like how good that stuff looks as I'm picturing it. Like, I'm literally videoing it of a phone, so that camera does no justice to how good that picture looks right now. And keep in mind that, you know, settings like variable refresh rate and all that are all enabled, so it plays really silky smooth. Especially like one of the games that I would recommend to try out with this TV with these settings and variable refresh rate on would be Spider-Man Remastered or Spider-Man Miles Morales or Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, because these three games, they have you could technically do fidelity mode, right? And normally it would go up to 40 FPS, but when you enable variable refresh rate, it even bumps the FPS even higher, so you're actually playing fidelity mode with all the ray tracing and whatnot available, sometimes at like 60 frames per second, which is stunning on these three games. And I mean, look at that. And that's like my camera. Live looks so much better than what it looks on my camera. Look at that black levels. Look at that horse. This is ridiculously good. So yeah, try these settings out. Oh yeah, and back to the topic of the Spider-Man games, the remaster and Miles Morales for PS5 and Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart. These games, what you can do with this TV and these games on the PS5 is truly amazing. Basically what I'm doing is I put the performance ray tracing mode on with variable refresh rate, and we're hitting frames anywhere between like 70 to 120 frames. I'm talking about 4K resolution, ray tracing enabled. You're hitting over 60 frames easily. It's silky smooth, it's ridiculous. I mean, man, it's so good. I just have to show you, just bear with me. Let me just switch my PS5 on. I'm gonna use that boy here, and I'm just gonna show you. So let's change to PS5, give it a few seconds because it's kind of slow, the PS5. By the way, what you're seeing right now on this camera is nothing compared to what I'm seeing on the TV. Like, the blacks are truly blacks, the detail is there, everything looks ridiculously good. So I just want to show you how smooth that is. So let's go with Spider-Man Remastered, and I'm gonna show you. So the settings, obviously the same, picture mode, game, you know, brightness to the max. I have taken gamma to +2 here, by the way. You could go +1, +2. It depends. For some reason I have it +1 on the Xbox, but I'll be changing it to +2. I have realized that +2 is even better. So black adjust low, advanced contrast enhancer low, color 60, expert 1, clarity manual 10. And guys, this is ridiculous. Look at that now. So I've only, you know, started replaying the game and whatnot because I had it on PS4. I didn't like transfer my saves and all that. Then I got the remastered version for PS5. But let me just show you, right? So we're using, obviously, performance ray tracing, right? With 120 Hz display mode on automatic. And we have a variable refresh rate switched on. So I'm gonna try, I don't know like how to describe it, like how smooth that is. It's like ridiculous. Let me just, I can't really play with one hand, but yeah, I don't know.
Friends, today we have a very special caller breaking important news right here, because where else?
Look at that.
Mayor Osborne, thanks for calling in.
No, thanks.
Sorry for showing you Spidey's bum, but
You're always fair to me. Tough, sure, but fair.
Well, that's my job, Mr. Mayor.
I'm just gonna put the phone down just for a second.
Now, what's this?
Gonna have it like this.
breaking news you're revealing for the
I
first
know,
time
guys.
ever
But bear
on
with me.
my show?
Bear with me.
After the brief cowardly City Hall bombing that almost claimed my life, it's clear our understaffed police department needs help. And I want to reassure
I just wanted to sort of show you how smooth all that is.
Aha! I said it. You all heard me say we needed this. Are you using my idea of bringing in cops from Lake Placid?
no.
It is ridiculously smooth.
No, this would be a security contractor, much like the ones our military uses to assist our troops overseas. I can't name it until the contract is signed, but they're qualifications are impeccable.
Well, that sounds terrific, Mr. Mayor. Though, of course, I'll have to reserve my tough but fair final judgment until I have all the facts.
I'd expect nothing less. And let me stress, this is in no
So I hope you guys like the video. Try these settings out and see for yourselves.